of course, it's always the highlight, I think, of the degree so far. That's always the times when you feel most like a teacher and feel like the things you're working towards at uni are actually paying off in a really practical context.
Professional experience at UTS is really special because we send you out as early as we can. So we put you in a school as early as we can with students. You get to try out if the classroom is for you. And even if it isn't, then you've still got amazing skills that you get from this course to help you in your future career in whatever it happens to be.
The best moment I had on this placement probably was like meeting my supervising teacher, because she was really helpful and she was just like really happy and optimistic about like the time we have together, and she made me feel like I was capable of doing something, which was not what I had on my last one. So I was just like kind of really nervous about not feeling supported by my teacher that I was with. So yeah.
Students who've been on professional experience come back and they tell me that it's the best thing they've ever done, that it's really, really affirmed their choice of teaching as a career, and that it would never have, they would never have known that it was for them until they'd done it. And so it was just very important to get them out early and to really make them sure that that was the right choice for them.
The best part about this prac was the supportive staff, and the students had a lot less behavior management problems. I could really focus on my teaching and focus on getting the students to understand different concepts, and I wasn't as much focused on managing their behavior or getting them to do even basic simple tasks. I could really focus on making different resources, and the staff was really supportive as well. So it was a very good learning experience. It wasn't stressful, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
That one, I was doing a practical with them in terms of circuits, and I was just waiting for one of them to start a fire.
I think there were a few times where it got a bit overwhelming, and students were like, there was a lot of disruptive. I was teaching some lower ability classes, so there was disruptive behaviour that wasn't targeted towards me, but I felt like there were things that I wasn't fully in control of the situation in. Luckily, my supervising teacher was very good at stepping in at the right time, and she would let me deal with it to a certain extent, but then, stand up, tell the class to pull themselves back together at the right moment. But yeah, there was definitely times where I felt like if I was there alone, I wouldn't have been able to handle situations perfectly.
So the best thing I did on prac was I took on a lot of new challenges. I took on a very challenging Year 9 class, but I also took on a new Year 11 subject that is not my content area, but within science. So I'm chemistry trained, but I took on Year 11 Earth and Environmental, where I had to teach myself the content before teaching it, which was not something you would expect to have to do on prac, but it was a very rewarding time for me because it meant that I could still apply myself, I could still learn, even though I was learning how to teach, but I was also learning new things, new concepts, which was really interesting.
I have 2 coordinators who do an amazing job finding placements for all of our students. They have relationships with schools all across New South Wales and interstate and overseas. It's just incredible. And so we try to place students really close to where they live so that they don't have to travel too far, and that they can get the most out of building relationships in their local community.
It was just a really good experience. I was in a pretty big school, so Cherrybrook Tech had a school student population of over 2,000. So it was different to any other sort of school setting I'd been in before. But really, yeah, it was a really good staff culture there. The staff team were really supportive, which made, just settling in and getting to actually doing some good teaching quite an easy and pleasant experience.
My advice to students who are about to go on prac is take the time to get to know the names of the students in your class, especially the ones you know that cause a fuss when you're observing them, because it really helps to redirect their learning when you're on the other side of the classroom. I felt supported in this last prac because my head teacher and the supervising teacher and all the math staff room was so helpful, and I didn't feel like I was a burden to them.
Or prac students going on prac, I would say just absorb everything like a sponge. Go in there, make sure you've got a good relationship, good rapport with your supervising teacher, with everyone in the staff room, and especially with the students. You want to go in there, you want to make sure you memorize all the names, understand what the seating plan is like, or if you want to have a different seating plan, and make sure you build on a good rapport with the students, with the staff members, and you're learning from everyone, not just the teachers, the other staff members, even the students. You're learning and you're growing and improving every day.
Okay, so we're filming in holiday week and they're still here. You can still see them in the background there.